Hello and welcome Summer 2017 Internet Calculus 2 and Calculus 3 students. This is an orientation video that I am making for both of my Cal 2 and Cal 3 courses, trying to kind of kill two birds with one stone here. My name is Robert DiGiovanni. I'm the instructor for the course, and I hope that I can cover most of any of the questions that you might have about how this course is run. Going to be probably about 30-45 minutes here. Hopefully I can trim it down, get through some of this stuff quick. Let's get started. I'm going to assume you know how to get into our Canvas course, which requires that you go into Northwest Vista's main website, log into ACES, and I'm already logged in, so it's going to take me right to this page. And then I'm going to click on my courses, and then we're going to see my list of summer 2017 classes here. Here's the Cal 2 and Cal 3 I'm teaching. I'm also doing a Cal 1, but their course is a little different, so their orientation video is different. But the Cal 2 and 3, your courses are pretty much identical in terms of how it's set up. So let me go ahead and go into the Cal 2 class. And let me switch over to let me get started with the communication. All communication must take place through this Canvas shell. There's an inbox over here. Click on that. You'll have a list of your inbox here, what emails you've received. So if I send you something, it's going to come through here. And if you want to compose an email, you go here. You drop down to the course that you're wanting to send the email in. And then from that, you can select the teacher. And that would be me. It's a little slow. It's always like this. Select Robert DiGiovanni, and then type in your subject and the email. And you can do an attachment if you'd like also. So that's our main mode of communication. Do not send me an email through your Gmail account or Yahoo account. It'll most likely get spammed out. I won't ever get it. So this is our official communication path. All right, so back to the course here. Now, this is what the page looks like. Let me switch over to a student view so you can kind of get a feel for what you'll see exactly. All right, so this is it right here. And what we have here is our home page, and then we've got your grades, the syllabus, files, discussion board, people, and then this collaborate thing. So I'm going to start straight away by going to the course syllabus and run through this. This is an 8-week summer course, and even though it's an online course, there are 2 times we must meet for exam 2, which is like a midterm, and exam 4, which is like the final. These dates and times and locations are set. Please do everything you can in your power to adjust your life around these times and dates. And if for some reason you cannot get off work or you live out of town, there is a procedure here you can follow. Read through this about how to secure a proctor for the exam. But read that carefully, because you have to give me 14-day notice, and you have to contact me with certain specific information. All right, again, my name is Robert DiGiovanni. Here's my office location, my cell phone number. So, you know, one of the big things about an internet math class is that you're going to be at home. I don't want you to ever feel like you're absolutely alone without anyone to talk to. If you have a question, just text me. You can even take a picture of your work and, like, you know, say something like, hey, I can't figure out where my mistake is, and I'll be happy to help you out. Just make sure that you include your name and what class you're in when you text me. I don't have any set office hours right now. I will establish some later on in the summer. Right now I'm just going to try and get a feel for what my students want. For now, let's just say if you want to meet with me in my office, we just need to make an appointment. You can do that by email or by phone call. In terms of what you need for the course, all you need is an access key. So for my Cal 2 students, this is the access key. For my Cal 3 students, it's different. Oh, I have to get out of student view. So be careful. Don't use this code if you're in Cal 3. That's the code for Cal 2. Okay, so I'm just going to show my Cal 3. Go into their course real quick and go to their syllabus. And you can see their key is right here. It's a little different. All right, so let me stick with the Cal 3 and just keep going here. So all you need is this access code. You'll go onto this website and you'll enroll in the course. And I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to go ahead and go there right now to give you an idea of what you do. So it'll take you here. You say, I'm going to enter a class key. And this was kind of buggy earlier. It was taking forever for it to load. Okay, so here you would put in the class key. And you can just copy it. It's not as easy as copy paste. You have to paste here and take out these 4, paste it. And then submit it. And it's going to ask you to verify Math 2415 section 2. So yes, this is my class. And once you do that, it's going to give you some options on how to get enrolled. So here's where you actually have to pay to be in the class. You actually have 3 options. If you buy a brand new book that includes a code, not the code I just put in, it's like a paid code, then you can get into the course. So it's included in the cost of a brand new book. If you can also use a credit card, which is what most students use. And then there's a third option, but it's only a temporary option. You can select temporary access. And I think it gives you 10 days to kind of decide whether or not you want to be in this class, but you don't have to pay until that 10 days is up. So I'm going to assume that you can get yourself in here, create an account, and get yourself enrolled into WebAssign. So that's all you need. Now, the course is based on a book, and you will have access to an electronic version of this book, but you don't need to go buy it, all right? So if you want to, you can, but that's an additional cost to you. You also must keep a binder in this class. Very important that you stay organized. I need to have these 3 sections in the binder. Cal 2 students also have to do quizzes. Cal 3 do not have quizzes. For the Cal 2 students, you'll have an additional section here. So read through this. If you click on this, this is a video. It shows me kind of thumbing through an example of a good binder and a bad binder. The important thing is that when you come to exam 4, you must turn this in, and if you don't have it, then I'm going to go back and put all zeros in for everything you've done online. The idea here is that when you're at home doing math on the computer, you need to still be writing math down, and I need to see it. I need to see your handwriting. I need to have evidence that the answers you put in on the computer came from work that you did. So get that binder together, bring it to exam 4. On exam 4 and exam 2, the on-campus ones, you need to bring a calculator, but it just can't be a computer algebra system calculator. So you're not allowed to have like a TI-89 or a TI-Nspire computer algebra system. If you have any concerns about whether or not your calculator is okay, just give me a call. I'm going to skip through descriptions, objectives, and outcomes because you can read those. Standard grading scale, A, B, C, D, or F. And then here's how your grade's broken down. You have the binder, which is 4%. Homework assignments, this is Cal 3 that I'm looking at, 20%. At-home exam, on-campus exam, at-home exam, on-campus exam. So there's the breakdown. Let me just show you the Cal 2, what their breakdown is. It's going to be pretty similar, but they have quizzes also, so it's a little bit different. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so you can see the difference here is homework assignments are 10, quizzes are 10. In Cal 3, it was just homework and it was 20. And these weights are a little bit different also with the Cal 2. It's 13, 13, 25, and 25. So just be aware of those weights. And I'll continue here with the Cal 2 syllabus. Okay, so a little bit about these exams that you have to come on campus for. Just make sure that you're on time. Bring an ID, bring your calculator, bring pencils and erasers. I'm going to actually email you a form to bring. You're going to have to sign it and bring that with you. And then you can also bring formula sheets, and I'm going to show you where those formula sheets are in just a second. Any cell phones or bags that you have are going to be placed at the front of the room. They won't really be watched very closely, so don't bring anything valuable with you to the exam. And then, of course, at exam 4, you have to bring the binder. You should expect that when you come on campus for those exams, that you will be assigned a room, a seat, you'll be at a computer, and you'll do the exam just like you would do at home, except that you have to physically be there to verify that you are the person taking the exam. And then you're going to use Firefox as your browser when you take those exams, and then you must only have the exam open in Firefox. Can't have any other windows open, or else it'll be considered cheating. Very important, you have to write down all your work to support all of your answers. If you don't have any work, you don't get any credit. So every problem needs to have something written down that shows me how you arrived at the answer. After the exam's over, you have to meet with me. I'll let you use your cell phone, or I'll have to go to the copier and scan your test. I will keep the hard copy. You will keep an electronic copy of the test. Then you'll have an opportunity to go home, review your test, and then ask me for partial credit. If there's some problems where maybe you missed a sign or you made a small mistake, but of course everything else was wrong after that, then you can request partial credit, and I'm happy to give you some. Because the computer's just going to count it wrong. I want to get you to get a 0 if you spent 30 minutes on a problem. You made 1 or 2 little errors. So that'll be left on you to request the partial credit. But it's important that I have a copy of your work in order for that to take place. I will let you know when the deadline for requesting partial credit is, because there will be a deadline. All right, now, really important, this part here in green. The history of teaching online for me has been kind of up and down. My students do very well at everything they have to do at home, which makes sense. You're sitting at home, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, you've got the internet, you've got YouTube, you've got Google, you've got Khan Academy, you've got all these resources available to you so you can get through your homework, get through your quizzes, get through your exams. But when you come on campus for exam 2, students just historically don't do well. And the reason why is pretty obvious. I mean, they're just not ready for that testing environment. So what I recommend you do is before you come to exam 2 and 4, you go back and you review your homework. And that's because every single problem on an exam comes from a homework assignment. So there's no surprises. You need to put yourself in a testing environment at home. You need to practice trying to do those problems without any reference other than your formula sheets. And if you can get through the problems and understand the concepts and the underlying principles of what's going on without needing anything other than your formulas, you are ready to go. If you're not at that level yet, then you're going to suffer on exam 2 and 4, and that is such a big part of your grade that it can mean the difference between passing and failing. So be ready for exams 2 and 4. All right, now you might fall behind on a homework assignment or something, or a quiz. The system, the WebAssign system, will allow you to make extensions. There's a little button next to the assignment that says request an extension. I believe you have a 3-day window to request an extension, and you can do that. It'll cost you 10% on the assignment, and if you ever have more than 3 missed deadlines, then I'll consider that lack of attendance and I can drop you from the class. You may not request extensions on exams 2 or 4. On exams 1 and 3 that you do at home, you can request an extension, but you have to do it via email. So you have to actually talk to me and let me know why you missed the assignment. And then there's a bunch of other stuff here that you can read through. I'm not going to go through. These are things I need to have in my syllabus no matter what. So let you read those. And then we get to the schedule, which I'm not going to show you this schedule. I'm going to show you a different version of the schedule. But that pretty much wraps up the syllabus. So let me go back to the home screen. I'm still looking at my Cal 2 class right now. So let's see, WebAssign enrollment. This is just a little help tutorial on how to get into WebAssign. The next important document is the schedule. So I'm going to save this file. I'm also going to go to my Cal 3, and I'm going to open up the schedule and save that. And we'll just look at both of these side by side here. So here's my schedule for Cal 3. And let me get my schedule for Cal 2. Isn't it not going to let me? Okay. All right, well, this is good enough. So this is my Cal 2. So you have, everything's done in like blocks. So your first set of assignments are due on June 8th, and they're just administrative things. You need to get enrolled in WebAssign. There's 2 little homework assignments which I'll show you have to do. First one just shows you how to use the WebAssign system to put in your answers. The second one is just like you verifying that you understand the requirements of the course. Then the deadline starts. You can see here June 11th. My Cal 2 class needs to finish Chapter 3, Section 5, Chapter 3, Section 6, Chapter 4, Section 7. And then a week later, there's 2 more sections and an exam. And then we have 2 more sections, then 3 sections, then the on-campus exam, and then things get pretty heavy here at the end. 4 sections in an exam, 3 sections, and then 2 sections, and then the final. So just be prepared, you Cal 2 students, for it to kind of start off and start to get a little bit more intense as things go on. Now for Cal 3, you can see here you got the same 3 assignments in the beginning. You've got 5 sections, then another 5 or 6 sections, then another 4 sections, then 2 sections, then the midterm, 3 sections, and then another 5 sections. So I would say for Cal 3, it's pretty much the same applied force the whole time. It does get a little bit tougher towards the end. Chapter 12 is a little bit bumpy in 11. So just, be ready to work hard the whole time. It's never really going to let up on either one of these courses. So it shows you the due dates. It shows you where you go to do the assignments and what time the assignments are due. So that's your schedule. I would recommend that you just print that out, put it in your binder or something. Okay, now how does this class work? Let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. The way I've designed my internet courses, both for Cal 2 and 3, is that what I did is I went in, when I was teaching this class face-to-face a couple of semesters ago, I took a camera into the room and I videotaped all my lectures. So for both of the courses, Cal 2 and 3, there's a set of what I call class lecture videos. So if I open up my class lecture videos, this is my Cal 3, and you know what, let me open up that schedule again for Cal 3. You can see that for Cal 3, the first things that they need to do are 10-1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's what I would do. If I were you, I would come here to the class videos, I would watch this 1 hour, 30-minute video. Yes, that is a lot of video, I understand. And let me see here. Yeah, I think I get right into it. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and start lecturing. And I'm following a set of class notes that I've made already, which I'll show you how to get to those. But
can you tell me the distance?
Just remember, when you're watching these YouTube videos, you can adjust the quality and the speed. Like some people want to speed me up a little bit. You can make me talk a little faster and get through the video a little faster. Just remember, you can toggle the quality here on these videos. I think this first video came out a little dark, but the ones that came later, I did a little bit better job on the video, so it's pretty easy to see. So you're going to watch that class video. For Cal 2, same exact thing. You have a set of class lecture videos here. Let me make sure this link works right. There they are. So you can see here 3, 5, 3, 6, 4, 7. Those were the first 3 sections you have to cover. And these are standard lectures. I realize they're long, but there's no shortcut in taking an online course. It doesn't mean that you have to, that you have to do less work. You still need to have the information presented to you, and you have to go practice. So I realize it's a lot of time, but that's what this is going to be. So if you already know you can't commit that time and this doesn't look like something you want to do, I recommend you kind of bail out now. All right, so you watch the class video. For the Cal 2, there's also another set of videos that I have. It's just a different lecture from a different semester. If you want just some more stuff, you can look at that. All right, so you watch the video, and then you go to WebAssign, which I was showing you earlier how to get enrolled. And let me actually get into here, and this is where you come to do your homework. So remember, for Cal 2, you do both homework and quizzes. For Cal 3, it's just homework. So let's go ahead and bring up for Cal 2. By the way, this looks a little different than the way it's going to look for you because I'm the instructor. As a student, here's what you'll see. So let me open my Cal 2. You have your assignments are going to appear here, but since the class hasn't started, they don't appear. But here's where your assignments will be. And then down here, very important, you have the electronic version of the book. So this is where you can go and get the book. Gonna pause real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here's where you can see an electronic version of the book. And let's see, my Cal 2 here, we had, let me bring up a new window here. We had, where was it? This one right here. So here's my Cal 2. They're supposed to do 3-5 first. So watching, you watch the video of me on YouTube doing the 3-5, and then you come to WebAssign and you get in. You can read the book, right? You can sit here and you can go to 3-5, and you can read through the book. All right. So here are the pages. You can print them out if you want. And then after you've gotten through it, you get to the end of the section. I'm going to leave it right here. You would do the homework. So I have to close the student view to bring up the homework. Yeah, let me go to Cal 2 and I'll show you what the homework looks like. So here's 3-5 homework. We're going to view it. So this is pretty much what you would see. It's questions, and you put in your answers, right? So it's asking for some derivatives here, find the exact value. So you work through these. Now, let's say you're having trouble on these, all right? This is extremely important how this works. Let's say you're having trouble on some of these problems. If you look at over here on this side, you'll see a set of numbers here, okay? See this 3.5.002. What this means is that if you open the book to Chapter 3, Section 5, and you go to the back of the section where the homework problems are, you're going to see number 2. Sorry, this is going to look like number 2. So let me bring that book back up. So here's the book. Here's number 2. Here's 3.5. I'm in the back of the book. Here's number 2. It's arctangent of 1 over root 3. Let me go back to that homework assignment. Yeah, oh wow, it's exactly the same problem. So let's say you're having trouble with this. Well, back on your main Canvas page, go back here, here we go. I have what are called my homework solution videos for face-to-face class. So if you open this, it's going to be a playlist of videos, and you can see 3-5 here. And it's going to be me working through selected problems from that homework set. And what you're going to hope for is that I'm going to do number 2. Now you can see here I did number 1. Let me see if I do number 2. I'm already at number 5. Let's see if I do 2. I may not do number 2. I don't think I wrote it down. Number 5A. 5B. So again, what you're going to do is try and go back to this assignment. You can see number 1 here, 3.5.1. Remember, I did number 1 in that video. Didn't look like I did number 2. Looks like I did number 5 also. Yes, that's in here. So the idea is that for most of these homework problems, and this applies to both Cal 2 and 3, most of these problems I have a video somewhere that I've done that'll show you how to do that problem. So you work through the problems, you do your best, you put in your answers, you'll get immediate feedback, whether or not you got it right or wrong. And then you move on to the next section. Except in Cal 2, you also have to do a quiz. So when you do the quiz will be a subset of the homework. It'll just be a smaller group, just 5 problems here. And most of these, again, you'll have a video somewhere that I've done that shows you how to do it. All right, so I'm hoping that this makes sense. You come here, you get your schedule, it tells you what you need to do. You watch the class lecture video. After you watch the video, you go and try and do the homework. If you can't figure out the homework, then you cross-reference with the book and my homework solution videos and see if that helps you out. And of course, you always have me. You can text me, all right? But a lot of times if you text me and like, hey, I'm having trouble on this problem, I'm going to ask you, have you watched the homework solution videos? Because most of the time, the answer to how to do that problem is in these homework solution videos. Now, I'm going to bring up my Cal 3 just to show my Cal 3 students that it's the same layout. Here we go, class lecture videos, homework solution videos for face-to-face class. So, same thing for both. Now, let me continue here. The next thing on our home page is we have this thing called Files. Okay, so Files, we have the course notes. Remember, during my lectures, I'm going off of some notes, and here are the notes that you can print out and follow along at home with. And then you also have the formula sheets that you're allowed to bring. There's a lot of formula sheets you're allowed to bring. Every single one of these you can print out and bring to both exam 2 and 4. For Cal 3, it's just, there's so many formulas in Cal 3. In Cal 3, there's so many formulas that you'll see here when you get in here. You have your formulas. It's a huge, this one right here I think is like 13 pages or something like, no, this one's like 13 pages. So anyway, that's the files. And then you have, what else? An example of what a good binder is. That was in the syllabus, but it's also here. And then how to request partial credit. If you forget how to request partial credit later, after you take an exam, this video shows you how you can do that. And that's pretty much the main page for our Canvas shell. And then you have the orientation video. There's no link here, but that's what you're watching right now. And you will, that link will be there later. You also have a deadline, a very hard deadline of June 8th. That's the deadline, 3 p.m. for you to actually get into WebAssign. Like go in there and register. And if you don't do that, you can be dropped from the course. All right, grades. I'll post your grades at every exam. Exam 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will post updated grades here. I won't click on that right now because it's going to show everyone's names. Then the course syllabus we looked at, the files we looked at, discussion board. Here's a place where you can communicate with your classmates. Okay, so if you want to have an open forum discussion over any topics, you can go here to do that. People is a way that you can reach out to your classmates individually, but please don't harass each other. And then this Collaborate Ultra thing has to do with, like, it's an online meeting place that we can actually have like a live like tutoring session if you wanted to. All right, let me go back to this home page. All right, don't ignore all this because this won't come up on your page. This is just instructor stuff. So that is pretty much the whole course in a nutshell. I mean, I know that you may still have some questions, and I would encourage you to reach out to me. But let me just kind of restate it all one last time so that we're all clear on this. You're going to do most of your work at home. You have 2 exams you have to come in and take. The way you're going to learn is you're going to watch a course lecture video. After you watch that video for that section, you're going to go try and attempt the WebAssign homework. While you're working through the homework, you can cross-reference my homework solution videos to try and get help on how to do those problems. At any point in time, you can reach out for help by calling me or texting me or using the discussion board. And then you're going to take on-campus tests. The Cal 2, you're also going to do some quizzes. And that's pretty much it. The main thing, I think, for me, and my advice to you is that because this is an 8-week course, you just need to have the ability to commit the amount of time that you need for this class. And if you do, then I've had some really, really good success with students not only doing well, but learning a lot. I've provided you as much as I possibly can in terms of resources. So I guess that's it. I look forward to a good summer. Please, again, reach out to me if you have any questions. And throughout this summer, If you want to, get together, meet in my office, I'm happy to do so. All right, have a good one.